Welcome to What in the Shibal with Susie and Ed.
Or just two Asian Americans talking shit about shit.
While a dog eats on this smelly bone thing.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I hate it when you do accents.
Good.
How was your week?
It's
muggy outside, so I'm feeling the weather right now. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's really gloomy out, so I'm kind of feeling
it's not just really
weighed
gloomy.
down by
it's like
cold,
foggy.
Yeah.
So it's like wet.
I was driving to the gym this morning at like 5:30, and I could barely see anything. I was like, well, let's see if I make it to the gym.
Because you can barely see anything now. And it kind of like reminded me of Halloween. And then it reminded me of the fact that I went to Costco, and this was like in mid-August.
Okay.
And they already had Christmas displays selling.
Duh. Hi.
And
this is your first day in capitalism?
No, but I mean in August though.
Yeah. People are really fucking insane about Christmas.
So insane. I literally was like, it's not even Halloween.
It's 108 degrees outside, and you want me to fucking think about Christmas? Yeah, that's where I'm like, no. I am a last minute Christmas everything.
Same.
I like Christmas, but it's too much. It's so stressful. Like, I guess maybe now that the girls are a little bit older, it's easier, but like just keeping up with the goddamn elf on the shelf was just so stressful.
Oh, do you still have to do that?
Not anymore.
Are you sure? Because last year, your youngest daughter was still very much into it. Granted, she's grown like 2 feet since
I know.
then.
I've told you why she believes in Santa still, because he follows me on TikTok. We're mutual. She's like, well, you can't be mutuals with somebody that doesn't exist. I'm like, oh, I don't have to tell you.
But the elf is fake.
Right. I was like, the elf is fake, but Santa's real. Actually, no, he's just some guy named Gary. Like,
Gary?
Who dresses up, and he's really nice.
But it's not creepy.
He actually is really about social justice too, which is really cool. Like, on my posts, he'll be like, fuck yeah. I'm like, thanks, Santa. I don't think she believes in Santa Claus necessarily, but I think she likes the idea of doing it. But yeah, Christmas is not my favorite. I'm very much looking forward to Halloween. That's my favorite.
The only thing about Christmas that I can get on the early board train is with trees. Because if you do real trees.
Trees. I thought you said treats, and I was like, Christmas treats?
Yeah,
I love treats.
Christmas trees.
I was like, wait, an early tree?
Only because like
How
if you
early?
do real trees, they're on Thanksgiving.
Oh no.
Because if you do real trees,
my tree's up there somewhere. There it is.
They like last at least a month if you do it right and you take care of it. But then like it's like, do you do it a month before Christmas, or is it worse to have a Christmas tree like at the end of January, which is totally me.
Well, some people do that the whole time.
Yeah.
Like when we would do like a real tree. Well, I still feel weird about doing a real tree. But
there's sometimes when I'm like, get a real tree like a week and a half before. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to spend $80 to have a tree for a week and a half.
You wish. Trees are so fucking expensive. So like $200. I was like, I don't know about this. Let's just get a fake tree. And not that the girls are disillusioned by Christmas, but I'm just like, well, the food's good. Food's all right. But like Thanksgiving food's way better. Christmas is just like gifts. And it's like, I don't know. It's not my favorite holiday at all. And I'm not really particularly religious. So it doesn't really, but I think I don't like it. I'm just resentful about it because it's so busy. It's such a busy time. Like Christmas break and then Christmas and then holiday shows and parties and gifts. And it feels so stressful. It's so stressful.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about it? It's only October 1st. God
Halloween
damn it.
Too, but I feel like I don't do anything for it anymore. So it's kind of like,
well, feel free to come trick-or-treating with us. I'm pretty confident though, this will be either the last year my older daughter will trick-or-treat with us, if she even goes this year at all. I'm losing my babies.
I was going to say, do you think your younger daughter still cares about trick-or-treating?
She's 6 feet tall, but she's only 10.
Yeah. It's really confusing,
I know. No, she's very much still 10 years old, so she and her friends will still definitely go trick-or-treating. I think between 11 and 12 is when the drop-off happens. My older daughter went trick-or-treating last year, but did she?
Do people comment things like, oh, how old are you? Because she's going to be so tall.
No, I don't think so. They don't usually do that, especially depending on the company she's with. And usually the person that steals the show is my niece anyway, because she's so funny. Because she'll just be like, hi, Candy. My niece who is autistic, whenever we go trick-or-treating, it's always like what's she gonna say? Like sometimes she's just like trick or treat or like whatever, and she'll say like, you know, something just totally random. But sometimes it's like, give me that candy. It's like, okay, but she doesn't. She looks pretty typical. So when people talk to her, they don't necessarily know she's autistic. So when things like come out of her mouth, you're just like, that's just who she is. Let's just deal with it, you know. So I don't even explain her anymore. I'm like, give her the fucking candy.
She doesn't mind dressing up and stuff. Does she like it?
She likes it, but it has to be what she wants. Like my sister can't just get her a costume. Like she has to very specifically be like, I want to be this particular character from this episode of this show at exactly this time marking.
So does your sister normally have to make the costume?
Sometimes, yeah. Or sometimes she'll just be a cowgirl and we're like, okay, cool. And then the next day she'll be like, I don't want to be a cowgirl. And you're like, okay. Right. But that always reminds me of this one time, my younger daughter, she has, oh my God, my brain.
She has your brain?
No, well, that too, unfortunately. What's it called when you like don't like, she's got like sensitivities to certain things. Yeah, no, but there's a good name for it, like sounds and feelings.
No way. Oh my God. Sensory.
Yes. Okay. So my youngest growing up, she had sensory issues where she could not wear sleeves, like putting on socks and shoes every morning before preschool. She'd be like, my feet feel wrong. This feels wrong. This feels bad. Like it was so like putting her in shoes. And then once you got the shoes on, you had to tie them so tight that you thought you were cutting the circulation off. No, she'd be like, it's not tight enough. They're not tight enough. Like it has to go tighter. But if you did it too tight, she could feel the little seam in the socks. So we had to buy special socks. I mean, it was a thing.
Whoa.
Sleeves. That's why she was naked all the time when she was little. She would say things like, I can't wait to go home and be naked. She would literally cross the threshold of the house and just strip naked. She like could not deal with clothes.
Here actually there's a bunch of kids who just love to be naked.
A lot of kids are that way. And it's mostly like these sensory issues.
Never thought of it like that.
Yeah. She like, she couldn't wear sleeves. It'd be freezing out. She'd be like, I can't wear sleeves. Like she just would freak out. And this one year I wanted her to be a little witch. And so I made her this little gold tutu. It was so cute. We got this little gold, black and gold, like metallic-y hat. Like Halloween, we go off.
So she was like the good witch, not like a bad witch.
Well, but it was black. So it was kind of like the black glamour witch. But the top was like this like velvet, like bodice or whatever, like leotard almost. And she fucking freaked out that she was just like tearing at it. She's like, no, I can't.
How old was she?
She was like 3 or 4.
Wow.
And she was protesting. Like she was hysterically crying. She's like, I can't get where it feels wrong. It feels wrong. And she's just like writhing in pain. So at the last minute, we just had to put her in like one of her older sister's like recital dresses from like what dance recital.
Why not just cut off the sleeve?
No. It was just like the feeling. And she didn't like the way the velvet felt. And she didn't like the way the sleeves. Even now, if we're out somewhere and we're like holding hands, she'd be like, no, I'm done. I'm like, okay. It's fine. Cause like she says she feels like a weird, like vibrating sensation in her hands when we hold hands for too long. And I'm like, yeah, man, whatever your brain's telling you, just go with it. So yeah, that's fun. My older daughter has sensory issues. She's got like the auditory sensory issues. Like if somebody's chewing or if somebody goes, like makes like a sucking sound with her teeth.
I hate that.
Cannot handle it. We are not allowed to eat in the car when she's in the car with us. If we are eating in the car, we all have to turn the music up. Yesterday, my little one was eating an ice cube and she's like, spit that out right now. I was like, this is fun. This is so fucking fun. She gets really upset when she hears people eating. Like sometimes she like can't even eat dinner in the room with us. I'm like, how's your dinner? She's like, it's fine. Oh, love to see you later.
When you guys eat pasta and stuff?
No, please. This even just like the sound of the pasta in the bowl. She's like, my niece is that way. We all have it. We all have something that is that.
Everyone is neurodivergent.
My whole family. And the more and more like we talk about it, like my younger sister, she's totally OCD, really like bad. Like you can't sit on her couch in clothes that you've been wearing outside. She's like, oh, outside clothes. You have to sit on that couch. I'm like, come on, everybody. Let's all squish because we've all been outside. Like 4 of us on the fucking love seat while she's like sitting on the couch in her inside clothes.
Yeah, but like, does it count if you walk to her house from your house? Depends.
How long did it take me? And were my clothes clean when I put them on, or were they the clothes I've been wearing all day?
Yeah.
This is all contingent. So the second you walk in the door, it's like, I just put these sweatpants on. This sweatshirt just came out of the dryer. She's like, okay, can you miss it? It's like,
you should just get a leather couch so you could just wipe it down.
No, they are.
What?
They are.
You can wipe those down.
And there's like seats at the dinner table. I'm sorry, just putting my sister on blast, but I mean, this is the reality. And then, looking back now, we know that my dad probably has some kind of neurodivergency. Lots of things had to be certain ways, or the way he sees time. Like we would have to always leave 4 or 5 hours before our flight, because otherwise he like could not handle it. Everything was like, get in the car. We gotta go. We have to go right now. I'm like, our flight is at noon. It is 6:30 in the morning. I hate that. It was so insane.
But I'm also like, now is completely the opposite. Where like, I'll get in there like 30 minutes before boarding starts.
No, that would send me into a massive panic attack. I would literally succumb to it. I'd be like, okay, dead. I'm dead. I died.
That's why I also have TSA pre-check. I'm like, I have TSA pre-check. Pre-checks, or the security line's going to take 2 minutes.
That when you do that, you're later because in your mind you think you have so much time?
You think so, but then the amount of times that I walk up to the gate as they start boarding, and I'm like, this is absolute perfection. I'm like, this is perfect. I was like, not a single second of my time was wasted.
Oh, no. I can't do it. An hour is comfortable for me. But yeah, so.
Hour is pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. So now that I look back on my family, my niece, my older sister's daughter is just like my younger sister in that she's got her ways. Like, I went to my sister's house once and I was wearing a sweater that was a little bit wrinkled, and I took the sweater off and I put it in her dryer to just kind of like fluff it through the dryer. And she's like, what have you done? I was like, what? I'm just trying to put a little steam on, a little heat on my sweater. She's like, when did you wear that sweater? Was it clean? And I was like, I was clean. I like freaked out. And she's like, oh my God. And she had to spray it and like clean the inside of the drum of the dryer. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
So insane.
You just like, I just got so triggered.
Why?
I was doing wash last week.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say like Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
There was like a load of wash. It was like, I think towels.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it, and we have a front load washer.
Okay.
And it looks like there's shit smeared on the glass on the inside. So I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? We have dogs. So I was like, did they shit somewhere? And we just stuck it in the washer? No, it just hasn't been cleaned in a while. You
have to clean those things a lot.
It was so disgusting.
Oh, you should probably just get a whole new rubber thing.
I almost wanted to.
You have to.
I cleaned it for like a good hour with like...
Those are the worst.
Vinegar and like all this stuff, and like... I
Baking
literally,
soda
for the longest time, just kept being like, I think it's shit. It looked like shit. It smelled like shit. I literally cleaned it for an hour. And it was so fucking disgusting. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, and then I washed it with bleach 2 times and then washed it with just detergent once.
But the thing is it's that rubber thing on the inside, so the water doesn't touch that. So even if you clean the inside of the drum, the rubber thing, the gasket is, I think, what it's called, right?
Yeah, so I washed it. But then like after those like empty washes, there was like little bits of brown stuff that kept ending up in the thing that I had to keep cleaning up. So then I was like, I don't know what to put in here to wash. I was like, I don't trust that it's clean anymore. And then I'm like laying in bed being like, my sheets are covered in that gross
stuff. Can't you just like unscrew it and then like remove the whole thing and just replace it? It's probably like $15. Get a new one. It'll never feel clean again.
Is it that easy?
Isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. YouTube it. Just YouTube it. I don't know. I'm very sorry about that. When things like that happen at home, it's the worst.
It's like, what is the purpose of a cleaning machine that needs to be cleaned? Yeah. God. It's like needing to clean like the filter of like your dishwasher. That's why like people are like, you can just like put stuck on food in there and then you have to clean out the filter.
And if you don't do that, all that dirty food is being washed on your dishes now.
Where I was like, I get it. I'm wasting money and I'm wasting water, but like,
I hand wash all
now
my
I
dishes.
don't have to clean my filter.
Yeah, I don't. I hand wash. I don't like using the dishwasher. I don't trust it.
I use the dishwasher because the steam sanitizes it.
I still
don't. But like,
I do a better job.
I don't trust anything anymore.
I know. We had a front loading washing machine, and I was like, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. Just the paranoia. I'm like, there's mold spores on everything. Everything has mold. We're going to die of
Wait,
black
but don't
lung.
top washers get it too?
Ours don't. No, ours doesn't even have a drum. It's like flat on the inside. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, because I've seen the middle agitator thing.
It doesn't even have that.
Sometimes I've seen people like take that apart and there's like sludge in there, and I'm like, is anything safe? Is anything safe?
Everything's dirty. Everything's killing us. See, don't bother.
We're definitely neurodivergent.
I'm telling you.
This conversation just flowed right into each other. I honestly feel like we should get a psychiatrist on this show.
I was talking to my friend about that. I think we've discussed this, and she's like, for what? She's like, what are you going to do with it now? She's like, you're like 50. I'm like, that's true.
I see a lot of videos of people being like, I got diagnosed and it changed my life and it helped.
I hear also that like your neurodivergency is also greatly affected by hormonal changes. And I'm like, as I enter the change, like the years of the change, that's why sometimes I sit here and I'm like, words. What's that word? What's that? What is? And it's worse than it's ever been. I'm like, what am I doing right now? Who are these people? Oh, those are my children. You know what I mean? No, it's not that bad. But I really like, there are gaps in my brain where I'm like, I cannot think of the most common word or thing, or like I, for the life of me, forget what I'm doing. But it's not just like I'm doing this. It's like I have forgotten and I have to just abandon anything that I was doing because it's not happening.
Yeah, when I forget words and I can't think of the word, I just assume it was drugs.
See, I have that going for me too. So it was like the drugs, the perimenopause, and the potentially neurodivergency. Because like whenever I watch anything on like social media that's like 12 signs that you have undiagnosed ADHD, and I'm like, every single one.
Yeah.
Every single one. I'm like, oh, fuck.
No. Even things that I used to think were superpowers growing up, they're like, that's neurodivergency or autism.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can hear electricity. Like growing up, I used to be like, something's on somewhere. Yeah. My mom used to be like, what are you talking about? I was like, something is on and it's driving me insane. And I used to think that it was this like superpower. And they're like, nope, you're probably autistic. And I was like,
yeah, remember like 20 minutes ago when you were standing squeaking your shoes? I was like, I'm going to jump up and fucking clothesline him right now. I'm going to kill him. That squeaking sound is driving me crazy.
I don't know what it is. It's these shoes.
I was like, stop fucking doing that. I'm sorry. Can you stop doing that? In my brain, I was like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. Shut up. Shut up.
Yep.
Like, can you stop doing that?
But it's like the one thing
it's rage. It turns into rage.
My mom used to like have such a hard time getting me up out of bed because I wouldn't wake up. And I used to be like, just turn on the water somewhere. And she never did it.
Oh, really? Was
she
that
like
your
never
thing?
listened. Yeah, like, because I could be in the deepest sleep, but if I hear water dripping, I will wake up and it will drive me insane.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't figure out the hell's going on in my brain. Whatever.
Did I forget? Did I even ask how your week went? Did this even stem before that?
Yeah, how was your week? Let's talk about the most random shit. What did you say?
I don't know. I don't think I answered either, to be honest. My week was whatever. The one thing is, while you guys are listening, while everyone's listening, we are taking a break next week because I'm going to be in Hawaii for a film festival. Aloha. Not that I'm in it. I'm not in it. I was invited. So
by whom?
The film festival.
What film festival?
The Hawaii International Film Festival.
Okay, I was like, well, give me anything.
The Hawaii International Film Festival. That's cool. For you.
Why didn't I get invited?
I don't know.
I don't get invited to anything.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I get invited to things that I never go to. I think it's maybe more accurate.
Well, to be honest with you, I probably wasn't going to go to this. Yeah. And then an opportunity came up and I was like, oh, maybe I can go to the Hawaii
all expenses paid to Hawaii is pretty good. Yeah. You know, it's hard to turn that down, but as we all know, when we travel to places like Hawaii, we do so with great intention and we do so as respectfully and responsibly as possible. And, I think calling yourself a guest instead of a tourist does help you, enter in a little bit more sensitively. So
yeah,
make sure you highlight some local businesses.
Honestly, I don't think I'm going to do anything outside of going to the film festival and like stuffing my face with all the garlic.
I was just going to say, you're going to eat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get poke. You got to get.
I've been like drinking so much coconut water because I'm like, I can't not eat Spam.
No, you please.
In Hawaii.
If you go to Hawaii and don't eat a Moco Loco plate, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm like, that's such a waste.
Yeah.
I'm so angry. If you don't get shave ice with the lilikoi powder on top, oh my God, it's the best.
I don't even know what that is.
You've had it, right, Ron? It's so good. It's like this like sour plum, I think, that they turn into this like powder on the shave ice. It's so good. I miss Hawaii. I haven't been to Hawaii in so long. What island are you going
Garlic shrimp. Honolulu. Whatever Honolulu's on.
Oahu.
Yeah, sorry.
Hawaii is confusing.
Yeah.
It can't be. That's nice though. I think that'll be fun for you.
Yeah, my first time ever. Just for a couple days.
Oh, right. It's your first time going to Hawaii.
Yeah, ever.
It's so fucking beautiful
I didn't know it was so far.
Yeah, it's like in the ocean.
No. But I thought it was like a 2-hour flight.
Like, no, that's Catalina, babe.
Yeah. It's like going to the East Coast, basically.
Yeah, it's far.
It's a 5 to 6 hour
And
flight.
it's just ocean.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Which I don't know. Is it like worse to crash over an ocean
Well,
or
yeah,
land?
I think if you're going to crash, your best chances probably are
surviving
the crash in the ocean on impact. But then what?
Yeah. So that's the thing, right?
Right.
So like you either like survive the crash.
Oh, my knees just got like weak.
And then you like aren't found, and then you get eaten by sharks.
That's a trigger for me.
Or you crash and burn into land.
Oh God. Okay, so so I've discovered this new phobia that I have.
Planes?
No, it's called something, and the name escapes me right now. But it's big man-made objects in large bodies of water. Right? Who the fuck would?
What does that mean?
Okay,
you like cruise ships.
Ron will tell you what it's called right now. I can't remember, but like I'm so uncomfortable right now. Like my legs feel like they're like tingling, and I'm like, oh my God, just the thought.
So can you not go on boats?
Submechaniphobia. That's what it is. Okay, I never ever heard of it. Never thought of it.
Wait,
but the first things that triggered me were those North Sea videos with the boats that were like crashing into like those giant waves. Mm-hmm. And when I first saw those, I was like, oh God, like that's makes me very uncomfortable. But I thought it was just because of like, the thought of being in the ocean, that's a scary thought.
Yeah.
No, it's the boat itself. It's the big boat in the big water. And then then you look at images. Show me images of submechanophobia.
I am scared of cruise ships, but I don't think it's submechanophobia.
Just trust me.
It's just the idea that you're like stuck out in the middle of the ocean, and if something happens.
It's not even like oh my God. Okay, these images. I can't like this. What? Like this. I can't look at that. Like, does that make you uncomfortable at all?
I mean, it's not unnerving, but it doesn't.
That makes me feel sick to my stomach.
I don't know.
It's literally just an image of a guy sitting on a boat, but like not doing anything.
What part of it is scary?
Here.
The actual boat.
Well, that's the thing about phobias is they're not entirely. Did you say send it to you? Because I just sent it to you, Ron.
Or is it like the boat itself?
It's not the boat. It doesn't have to be a boat.
Just anything in water.
There's like statues that are built in water. Can't look at those. There's those I think like they're Chinese like soldier statues like buried like they're like, at the bottom of the ocean. I can't. Like it instantly makes me like have to like tweak my spine. It's the weirdest thing. And I didn't know I had that. I had no idea. And then I started looking at photos of it. And like I have a like visceral physiological like response to it. Like the hairs on my legs, if I had them, are like standing on edge. I don't have hair.
I was like, why are we talking about this? And then I was like,
oh, because you're going to Hawaii.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't crash.
Yeah, no, it's scary.
Planes. Okay. Hold on, let me show you the scariest one. But I'm like obsessed with it at the same time. I know. Oh my God.
I mean, it's unnerving for sure, but I don't get scared. Oh, but that's different. Is that even real? That's actually terrifying.
But like, it's more terrifying because it's underwater.
No, that's something that everyone's going to be terrified of that, Susie.
But then like this, that's so scary to me. Like it makes me want to cry.
No, it doesn't make me want to cry, but I would never go in there. I'd be like, no.
Like, what the fuck is that? Why is that in the ocean?
Yeah, but that's different. That's terrifying.
It is equally terrifying. This is equally terrifying. That's so scary. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I mean, it's scary because it's so dark and unknown. Like a shark can just come out of it.
Also, my favorite animals are elephants and whales in the ocean. But now I'm like, if I ever saw it, but that's not a man-made object. So like, it doesn't affect me. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's weird. I'm more scared of the ocean.
I love the ocean.
The darkness of the bottomless pit of it all.
That is a little scary. But anyway, so Hawaii. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry for the detour into submechanophobia. But since we're talking about our brains and how they work weird.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to even do anything.
Well, what would you do? Like,
I don't know.
Go swim with we just talked about that.
No. I don't like.
I do highly recommend paddleboarding. Have you ever paddleboarded?
I could maybe paddleboarding.
Paddleboarding is
I keep
so
wanting to like,
fun.
I'm like, do I want to go to the Jurassic Park place? And I'm like, no. I'm like, but don't I? Yeah, I was like, do I want to pay $250 just so I can get a 5-second shot of me, selfie mode, singing the yeah. Or I could just be like, just show it, and then show me and be like, welcome to Jurassic Park.
It sounds,
just for that?
I was going to say, it sounds like to you it might be worth it.
Is that worth $250? I don't know yet. We'll see.
I think you should give it
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that I checked the website and they're $250 for all of it. I'm like, why wouldn't I go four-wheeling if it's the same to go hiking? I was like, I don't know.
One, I have to walk. The other one, I don't.
Or like even a guided tour. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm confused.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you should do that. But definitely, I think ocean snorkeling, paddleboarding, I love doing that when I'm in Hawaii. Paddleboarding is one of my favorite things. I love it. I don't know why I love it so much, but it's really calming.
Right now, if you say the word paddleboarding, it reminds me of this doctor that I saw on social media.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in Florida.
Okay.
So she got hit by Hurricane Helene.
Oh, yeah.
And she's an ER pediatric doctor.
Oh, does she have really short hair?
Yes.
I love her. She's my mutual.
Yeah. She just hit 1 million and she was like,
yeah, I love her.
She's like, it feels weird hitting 1 million because of this.
Yeah.
She's like, this is a weird time to be celebrating this.
Yeah. I've seen her go through a lot of natural disasters because she's like in like the eye of everything.
No. And she was like, I was watching through some and she's like, oh, it already passed. I was like, it's happening now. And then I looked at the date and it was from like 3 months ago. I was like, oh, you guys had
she just had
another hurricane 3 months ago. But like this video was of her, and because she's an ER nurse, you know, she can't call out.
Yeah.
Or I mean a doctor, sorry.
Yeah.
Because she's an ER doctor, she like can't call out. So she like paddle boards halfway there to get to her car, which is on higher ground. And I was like, oh my God, that's terrifying. That's pretty serious. And then I remember like dating someone who worked in the ER. And like when we got like snowed in and stuff, like they still had to go.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They sent out an ambulance.
Well, it's like you're there. You have to be there because we're having an emergency.
You call in and you're like, my car's snowed in. And they're like, don't worry, we're sending out the ambulance to come pick everyone up. I'm like, that's intense.
Yeah, it turns into public transit.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Because if someone doesn't come relieve them, then someone has to continue to work for like days on end, you know? What was I just talking about?
You were talking about paddleboarding.
Oh, yeah. So it reminds me of that. But thank God for our first responders.
Jesus,
you know what I
know,
like,
right? They literally come hell or high water. Literally high water. She's just like, she like wears her like clothes and then puts on her like gear on top of it and just paddleboards to work. She's amazing. You should follow her. I spent like
an hour watching her videos.
She's
that morning
great. I love her. I've actually learned a lot of things from her too. Like a kid got like a magnet stuck in their nose, or like a marble. Oh, a marble.
Yes.
A kid got a little tiny marble stuck up their nose, and she took like a piece of glue and put it on the end of like a pen cap or whatever and stuck it up and glued it together and then pulled it out. I was like, oh, that's so smart. That's so smart. Like, but she's like an ER doctor, but she's like super relatable because she's a parent and she's so great. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. God,
I even watched a video where someone was like, your hair doesn't make you look feminine. And then she like made this video about how like she had long hair for a while and it didn't really feel like her or whatever. And I was just like, people critique you.
Also, I'm out here saving kids' lives. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself and worry about your own fucking hair. Okay? God, people are so ridiculous, and they care about the
But
dumbest
then if she
shit.
had like long hair, they would be like, women can't be doctors.
You don't seem very professional.
Yeah, shouldn't you be a nurse or something? You know what I mean?
God.
So it's like, you can't win.
She's a badass. I love her.
But yeah, so I'm going to Hawaii. Possibly go paddleboarding.
That sounds really fun.
I don't know. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
How was your week?
Great. The usual. My life has hit an uptick in how busy I am. Both the girls are on their school volleyball teams, and they both made their club teams, which is really amazing. Yay! They did such a good job, and we just got their offers from the club, and we're really excited. It's so expensive, and I can't believe how much money I have to pay. But again, I'm living my childhood vicariously through them, and that's just the price I have to pay. But we went to the Korean festival this week. That was really fun. I ate so much. I didn't eat a lot like by volume. I ate a lot of things, like a lot of different things.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, how did you put all that away? I was like, I really only ate a bite of everything, but we did eat like 20 things.
Well, then Ron ate the rest of everything.
Yeah.
Ron can put it away. It's really a sight to behold. But my kids were there. My husband was there. So it looks like people are like, oh my God, you eat so much. I'm like, I literally have like a bite and then have a bite and then give it. What happened?
The bone.
Did you touch it? But yeah, there's some really good food.
Everything but that tteokbokki, honestly.
I know the tteokbokki was so disappointing.
Crazy. It didn't make it into the video, but I was like, tteokbokki was one of those things that I was like, you can't mess up tteokbokki.
They did not do a good job.
I don't know what it was.
It was something weird. The sauce was just not right. It was just not right.
It almost tasted like there was no gochujang in there.
Maybe. I don't know.
And they like substituted with something, and that something was like black pepper.
Now I have to make tteokbokki just to make up for it. I still have to scratch that itch. But we didn't get to see any of like a lot of like the cultural stuff because they wouldn't let us in because we had drinks.
Well, they did.
We could have gone in, but then we also went kind of late and it was nighttime and the girls were tired.
No, we didn't go that late. We just ate so much that by the time we were done eating, it was late.
That is a very
we
valid
ate for like
point.
3 hours.
That is a very valid point. But something I wanted to remark on is the day after we went to the Korean festival, I was watching this video and it was like, you know, if you're out with your friends and you're doing something and, you know, your girlfriend or your wife is at home, bring her home dessert so she knows that you were thinking about her while you were out. And I was like, Ron, that was you. Because right at the end, before Ron was about to leave, he's like, I gotta go. He had gotten those little, what are they called? Yeah, the little fish filled with like Nutella or whatever. He's like, I was like, oh, those look good. And he was like, oh, I'm taking these to Angela. I was like,
no.
Sweet. That's
no,
so
Susie was actually like, ooh, what flavors are those?
You're like, don't touch it, bitch.
And Ron
it's
was
not
like,
for you.
oh, they're for Angela.
Like,
and Susie was like,
fine.
She was like, oh.
Well, that's because my husband didn't save me any of his, that fucking asshole. I was like,
but I only bring that up
thoughtful.
because afterwards Ron was like, oh, I think I accidentally teased Susie because she got excited.
It was fine. It was
and then I had to be like, oh, it's for Angela.
The last thing I needed was another bite of food at that point. At that point, I was like, oh, God. I was like, no more video, please.
And then Ron actually said that he would have ordered more, but then he remembered that it took 10 minutes to make them. No. So then he was like, I have to go. I don't know
totally
what to
worth
do.
It. Oh, but one of the things that was also a highlight for me was that sugarcane juice. And I don't know if that's good for you. It's probably just as bad as like any other juice, right?
I mean, sugar cane, I feel like
it's unrefined sugar.
Yeah. It is the better of the sugars, I think. Does it still spike your sugars? Of course. But
it was so yummy. And that machine thing was cool. And that guy was.
Yeah, those drinks were delicious.
They were. It's like a stand has like a big like sugar cane press, and you pick your own sugar canes and you drive it through this like thing that just like grinds it up, and then the juice comes out, and then they flavor it. Mine was lime and coconut. It was so good.
It tasted like a mojito.
It was so delicious.
I wish it was a mojito.
I know. We could easily make those alcoholic.
The fruit sando was one of my favorites, I think. Actually, the owner of that place invited me to their shop in Pasadena because of that video.
Oh, you're kidding?
They were like, come try everything. They're like, on us. And I was like, Yes, I probably will.
I will go with you. I will be like, hi, I'm just his partner. We do everything together. The only issue that I have with it is the fruit is so cold and I can't eat cold fruit. I took a bite. I was like, this is delicious. Oh, my teeth.
It was cold.
It was so cold.
It was cold. But it was so good.
I know, it was good. Who knew putting whipped cream and fruit between 2 slices of bread would be like such a delicious treat?
So good.
Like,
I've never had it with mixed fruit before. I've only had it with strawberry, but my God, I love fruit sandos.
The highlight for my kids was the tanghulu, because we have tried to make tanghulu before and it was a fucking nightmare. It was the worst.
I watched a lot of videos where people are like, this did not turn out, or it's kind of temperamental, right?
It's incredibly temperamental because you have to get the sugar to like the glass stage, which is a very like small window of time. Because
between that and creme brulee,
almost creme brulee is kind of almost closer.
Yeah, I guess
so.
That's
Like
true.
Once you get to there, if it's not hot enough, it just glops on and it's just so thick and you try to eat it and it just tears your teeth out.
And then you also have to cool it a certain way at a certain time.
And also you have to get it so that the sugar is really thin. So when you bite it, it like shatters. Otherwise it just goes and it just sticks to your teeth. And it's like, I'm going to be here forever.
To you guys.
It was awful. And the sugar is obviously so hot and so dangerous. If you get any of it on your skin, you're done.
Burning.
You're fucking done. It's melted now to your flesh. It's part of you. It's awful. So to go to the tanghulu stand, I was like, this is great. This is great. And they loved it.
Do you know what's funny is I hear in Korea all the tanghulu places are closing down because it's like over. People are like over it.
Oh, well, I never got under it. So I'm allowed to enjoy it because, like I said, I was like, how hard
That was
could it
the first time I ever tried it.
Oh, really? I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, it's like sugar and fruit. Delicious.
I mean, I kind of thought it was like a lot of people were like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
The tangerine one was
so good.
Fire.
It was great. I still don't know what a hawthorn is.
Yeah, that
you
bit into it and I was like,
I don't like
I don't want to try that. I don't want to try that.
Mushy and
it looks like a fig on the inside, but it looks like an apple on the outside. I was like,
so cute. It's the cutest little fruit. It looks like a tiny little crab apple. They're adorable. I was like, I want one of those. And I bit it. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I looked at the inside and I was like, I don't think I want that.
That was not the texture that I thought. It was very mealy and like
fig.
Soft. Not like a fig, because fig has seeds in it. It was like an apple that was just like mealy. Like it was like it wouldn't have a crispness to it. It was just like, the bite was like, ugh. And it's not for me. I don't like that fruit. But maybe outside in a different context, if I just were able to bite. No, I don't like it. It's okay. I could not like things, and that's all right. I really like the grapes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always felt like the grapes would be whatever.
No, I like the grapes because they're so juicy. Just like the same reason you like the tangerine too.
You bit into it, and the juice gushes out, and it almost like melts the sugar.
Yeah,
or
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to eat that again, but I don't want to make it.
Yeah.
No, I never want to make it again.
Also, Zinju's dumplings. We ate those at 626.
Fuck, those are good. Yeah. God damn. My husband went back for like thirds. I was like, I mean, yeah, let's eat them. He's like, dude, these are amazing. I'm like, I know, honey, but that's your third bowl.
But it wasn't just that they were amazing. He was like, the one you ordered, because remember, you almost ordered it at medium heat first.
Yes.
And I don't think they heard you when you said, give me the spicy. Because remember, yours was not as spicy as mine.
Yours were like blew my fucking face off. I was like, that's so hot.
Which is the reason why your husband wanted to get that third one, because he was like, I want to try the pork and shrimp with the spicy chili crisp.
But he always gets hiccups because it's so spicy. He's like, this is so good. So cute. Yeah, those dumplings are so fucking good. Does that place have like a brick and mortar shop?
I don't think so, but they do make their own chili crisps. But I don't think Zinju has a shop.
They just go to like fairs and stuff? I can't imagine that that's true. But especially with their popularity, you'd think they'd want to build a shop at this point.
Yeah, all of that sounds
I need to know.
Right. Ronald McDonald?
I'm sure he loves that nickname.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's his favorite.
It's better than Ronton.
God, that's so racist. I hate that so much. The first time I heard that, it really enraged me. But it doesn't take much to enrage me, honestly.
Yeah. Squeaky shoes.
Ooh, that's one of them. That's one of them. Dude, my older daughter, she can't, if it rains and she has to like go in a hallway, cannot deal. It's the sound of the squeaky, like wet shoes against like the tile. She just fucking has a meltdown. She's like,
that's wild because people
wild.
go ape shit for their dumplings.
They're so good. Like if they had like a brick and mortar shop, or
it
like
doesn't even have to be a brick and mortar. Brick and mortar. If they went to where's that place where Joybird or whatever that is, where Bang Bang Noodle is.
Oh yeah, in Culver City.
They would do well in a place like that.
Oh yeah,
like a cafeteria style place.
Oh my God, I want to go to Joybird right now. Oh my God, I want to have Bang Bang Noodles right now. I'm so hungry.
I want Bang Bang Noodles really bad now.
And thank you for
all right, bye.
Okay,
we're gonna see you over at Bang Bang Noodles if you're in LA.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
I'm surprised Bang Bang Noodles wasn't there. You know, this year I felt like was a little less Korean with the food. Like there was a whole esquite stand.
Esquits?
Esquite.
The voiceover on my video is like, spicy esquits. I was like, do better.
But esquits is even better than when they said quesadillas.
Did you see the pronunciation of tteokbokki? Tteokbokki. Well, you can't just spell it. At least try. AI. Yeah. At least try. Tteokbokki.
They're like, no, this is nonsense you typed. They're like, this isn't real. We're not falling for this.
Yeah. It was definitely diverse. There was a lot of Japanese food. There was Mexican food, birria, taco, everything.
Although, did you see that one esquite cart?
Oh,
some guy just like snuck in with a cart. Yeah, with his esquite.
The guy's like, fuck it. There's plenty of corn for everybody. Yeah. There's a lot of you. No, it was really cool. And then you walk around and they have all the like vendors on the inside that had like the Korean herbs and like the specialized foods and like
they have like homemade like sesame oils and like gochugaru and gochujang.
It was cool. It was really cool to see.
They had like fresh doenjang. I actually almost bought that. I was like, there. I was like, no, I'm gonna go.
I don't usually use a lot of doenjang, but I probably would if it was like from some countryside ajima.
Doenjang jjigae is one of my favorite soups.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan.
My mom was always like, "What are you, an ajoshi?" I was
like,
a
little bit.
Apparently, it's like even as a kid, I was like, I love doenjang jjigae. Yeah, the Korean festival was just like so delicious. Kind of makes me want to have like a food episode again.
Ooh, we should.
I wish they would just come.
Just like park outside.
Yeah.
Be like, just keep bringing us dishes till we say stop. They'd be like, yeah, go fuck yourselves.
It's like funny because now that I know that I'm going to Hawaii, I'm like, oh, I should probably not be such a slob.
Because you have to be in a bathing suit.
Yeah, because I have to be in a bathing suit. And then I was like, but as the days go on in Hawaii, I am going to get fatter.
A little bit.
Because I'm just going to keep
fluffier.
Yeah.
That's okay. Fuck it.
But it's just like such a funny conundrum because it's like I'm working out hardcore. Like I did ab exercises the other day. And apparently I was like, I haven't done ab exercises for a while because for 2 days now. Yeah. I'm like, oh, apparently you activate your core when you drive sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, why does
sneeze,
it
like, achoo, ow, achoo, ow.
And then I keep being like, oh, I guess I just haven't worked out my abs in a while. But then it's like funny. I'm like working out so I can just like stuff my face.
Why else would you want to work out? I mean, health, longevity, blah, blah, blah. It's just so I can eat whatever
Most
I want.
Most people do it for vanity reasons.
I just like to eat.
Yes. But what else is there to eat in Hawaii?
Oh my gosh, so many things.
Just keep getting garlic shrimp stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's really a weird thing to obsess about. Or like it's not an exclusively like Hawaiian dish.
Yeah, but they do love garlic shrimp trucks in Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you gonna go to like a luau and go and do like the whole like poi and Kahlua pig and all that stuff?
I feel like I want to eat that stuff without going to the luau.
Tell me what hotel you're staying in. Do you know?
Yes, I don't remember what it's called.
If you stay at like a resort or whatever, they'll have like a luau and they'll have like the fire dancers and all that stuff. I mean, that's always fun, but it's very touristy. Yeah, I don't know if I love that, but then again, you know.
But like, if I could just sneak in there and grab some of the pulled pork.
Yeah.
Like that would be dope.
Yeah. But there's a lot of like, I mean, this local
Especially
places.
knowing the history of fire dances.
Yeah.
And the lua. And
if any of you are watching and you're either local to Hawaii or, Oahu, and they're just let us know. Where should he go? Like, what are the best like local places to eat? Best like local businesses? I'm sure people will have ideas for you, but you got to get like a poo-poo platter. Oh, what's it called?
I'm hoping coconut water is easy to come by there because I'm gonna need.
I mean, if there's any place where you might have an easier time of getting some, it's probably there. But they have like those box lunches, where it's like like in Hawaii there were a lot of immigrants from Japan, Korea, China, like that immigrated over to work like in the sugarcane fields and stuff. So like you get a box lunch and you get like all kinds of like different macaroni salads and like bulgogi or like kalbi, and then they'll have like a moco loco or like whatever. So you get like all like these Asian dishes in one plate. It's really fucking good.
I hear for some reason donuts. There's something about Hawaiian donuts. I mean, donuts are my favorite thing in the world.
I was gonna say, isn't your fiance from Oahu? Yeah, she's gonna, I'm sure, have great recommendations for you.
I love donuts.
What's not to love?
I love donuts. One time when I worked my last job for my birthday, one of our coworkers, they like got like 30 different donuts from my favorite donut place, DK's Donuts.
Oh, there's one in Santa Monica.
It's the one in
Santa Monica. I was gonna say.
Yeah. And
I used to live around the corner from DK's.
I like walked in and my desk was just covered in like 30 donuts, and I was like, because at the time I worked really late, so I came to the office at like 7, which meant that someone woke up earlier than me so that they can do that.
That's
Shout out to Mel, I love you. But yeah, I walked in, I was like,
my God.
I was like, this is amazing.
I love donuts, but they give me instant heartburn. It's so sad.
Oh, that's sad.
I know, it's the worst. Anything like really oily and greasy lately has been giving me really bad heartburn.
That's sad. All my favorite things are oily and greasy.
I know. Anyway, do you have anything else to talk about? It's already been an hour.
Donuts.
We don't have to stretch the show. I know you always feel this feel this need to do it, but we don't have to.
Wait, but I felt like there was something. No, we talked about it. I think Costco.
I have a lot to do today. Call it.
Well, on that note, just kidding. I think this episode is going to be a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But let us know if you have any suggestions for Hawaii. And off that topic, also remember we are taking a break next week, but we'll be back after that. Otherwise, you can find us on our socials.
You can find me at Suji01 on TikTok and Instagram.
I'm at Etch-a-Sketch with a J. Archie's at Archie and Colt on Instagram. You can find the podcast at What in the Shibal. That's Shibal. Make sure you write in with any questions, advice, stories, food stories, whatever it is. We definitely want to
suggestions on if we do a food episode, what kind of topic you'd like us to do, like a specific type of food or I don't know, something.
Ooh, maybe
I love Indian food.
Cook.
Oh, messy.
One of these days, we're gonna cook something.
I have a friend that has a commercial kitchen. We could probably use his commercial kitchen. Anyway.
Or Indian food. I actually would mind some Indian food.
I love Indian food so goddamn much.
We should learn how to make a mango lassi.
We should learn how to make curry.
But like using from scratch, not like
of course.
the Korean, Japanese
cheating. No, the little cube that you just add water to.
Yeah. Which I don't even use those anymore because I get freaked out about the hydrogenated fats.
So just use like the powder?
Yeah. The SK powder.
Yep.
But otherwise, thank you for joining us. If you would like to help us keep this podcast sustainable, think about joining our Patreon where we do have some exclusive content. If you're listening to this podcast, know that there is a video version available on YouTube. But if you're already watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Ding.
Otherwise, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one after a while. Okay, bye.
Bye. I don't know why you always have to do it like that. Bye.